All right, so I'm Spencer Diamond, and this is my school final project for small business. I'm here with Coach.
Peter McWeeny.
And what sports do you coach?
I coach varsity lacrosse, varsity football, and modified wrestling.
Great to hear. So what got you into coaching?
So my whole life, I played sports growing up. When I was a kid, very young, I played soccer, baseball, football, basketball. And then from elementary school all the way up to senior year in high school, I played football, baseball, and basketball. And then I actually played collegiate football for 3 years. So sports have been my whole life. So I knew I either wanted to go the physical therapy route or the health phys ed route. And obviously what comes with health and phys ed is coaching. And I've always wanted to still be involved in sports. So that was kind of an easy segue for me.
Nice. So what is your favorite part of coaching?
My favorite part of coaching, I would say, is the game days, obviously, the reward of game days, the intensity of it. And like I said, I grew up competing my whole life, so it still kind of gives me that competition feel and vibe. But also the relationships I build with players, especially at the varsity level, because they're a little bit more mature. And you just build a lot of relationships. So there's still a bunch of kids I coach that I'm still in touch with. And it's always good when they come back and visit and just making that impact and building those relationships for sure.
Yeah, so that was the greatest. Now, what is the hardest part of coaching?
Hardest part, I would say, with anything that is worth it, it takes time. And I'd say coaching takes a lot of my time, like a lot. But it's a good thing. Keeps me busy, keeps me engaged. But I would say the hardest part is how much time it consumes out of my day-to-day.
Got it. So obviously you have a lot of players, but what do you look for in a player on one of your teams?
At your age specifically, it's definitely coachability and your ability to be able to take feedback, be able to learn from your mistakes, make a conscious effort to change after making those mistakes, and being just receptive of everything we're doing, whether it's football, wrestling, or lacrosse. Definitely being coachable. And then obviously in anything you do, just mindset, right? Hard work, being motivated, staying motivated through the ups and downs, and just staying disciplined and driven. But again, that all comes with being coachable, understanding the process, and just having the right overall mindset as a high school kid, which is hard because you guys have 1,000 things going on, and you have personal lives, social lives, school, and then sports. So it's a lot, but staying focused is a big one.
Staying focused. Got it. So what does a game day plan look like?
For me personally, football, I always wore, I still do, I wear the same undershirt. When I was a football player, I had the same undershirt throughout high school. I had the same undershirt throughout college, so I'm very superstitious. I know it's not great for you, but I always have a white Monster on game days. That's kind of like my ritual, and I have one of the seniors that always take a sip at the end. They'll finish it. Kind of silly stuff like that. But in terms of actual like coaching X and O's, lacrosse, we're in the locker room an hour before our game, if it's a home game. We're in the locker room 15 minutes before our bus, if it's an away game. Go over last minute adjustments, things like that. And then football, we're here about 2 hours before the game. Kids get taped, we do a walkthrough, and then the coaches kind of make sure our play sheets are printed out, things like that. And that's more of the X and O's, and then I have my little superstitious things I do too.
So with all your coaching experience, what is your proudest moment?
My proudest moment, I would say, it actually takes place off the field. I ran into one of my old players' mothers. I think he's now going into his senior year. He's playing college football right now. He always kind of wanted to play college football, but I worked with him for 2 years, and he never told me this because he's a teenager and he probably didn't feel comfortable. But I ran into his mother, and his mother told me that he's going the phys ed route. He wanted to play college football but wasn't sure, and ever since I worked with him and coached with him, he said I just had such a good impact on him to where he wants to play collegiate football. He wants to become a phys ed teacher because he kind of was motivated by me and another guy, Coach Imparo too. His name was dropped. And like just hearing that from mom was a great feeling to know that I did impact one of my players in a very positive way, which is what we're here for. So that was a very proud moment.
That sounds good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.